If I bleed tonight, if I am sad tonight, I don't have a job to find. And if I work tonight, I'm so tired. Gentlemen, start your engine!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 23 of the Lugs podcast with another hard fade right there. I am your host, AJ. With me, as always, is my co-host, Ryan.
What's happening? And I don't know if the viewers have noticed this, but we're in the new digs, baby.
Yeah, congratulations on the new house, man.
Thank you. I got to thank everybody that helped us out Saturday. My mom, the moving company, Waldo, Mike, Lisa, everybody who helped out. We couldn't have done it without you guys. Plus, my next door, a few houses down, our good buddy Tom that I haven't seen in a while, and he was down here helping out, which was really nice, man. We definitely had some fun with it.
Yeah, dude, it looked like it was a hellacious weekend for you guys.
It was. We definitely enjoyed it, though, so nothing we can do. So we're here. We're clean or getting everything organized. We're ready to go.
Well, congratulations.
Unfortunately, thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say congratulations.
But like I said, I missed the entire Xfinity race. I seen who won. Heard it was a great race. AJ, what's up with going on with you and the Bruins there?
Yeah, man, up 2-1 against the Leafs. Can't complain about that.
Not bad.
And tomorrow night, you go up 3-1 heading back to Boston. That's where I want to be right now.
Exactly.
Should have won the other night, though.
Should have won last night, too. Oh, yeah, it was the other night, Monday night. Yeah, a couple posts here or there. So, yeah, game
posts,
3.
Couple blown calls, but what are you going to do?
Exactly. I tell you what, though, Freddie Anderson made a hell of a save on, I think it was Pasternak, when he threw the goal stick out there. And the idiot announcer for NBCSN's like, oh, it hit the post. It hit the post. Yeah, it hit his stick first and then glanced off the post.
Yeah, clear as day. Freddie made a miraculous save on that Frederik Andersen. It's one of those saves that you see on the playoff highlight reels for a while. It was almost like the Tim Thomas one against the Lightning in 11.
I remember that save.
You know, when the puck just spins on the stick as he throws it out there.
Yeah, man. I tell you what, these the hockey playoffs have been something else, man. Been watching all of them. Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got Vegas out west sweeping LA, which I didn't see.
Congrats to Vegas. Hey, I tell you what, they haven't been on TV much, but watching them this series, they're fast, man. Them kids can skate.
Now, Vegas, not that they're a slouch of a team. I'm just curious to see if what they do against a team that's a little bit higher seeded, I guess would be the best way to put it.
I think no matter what happens next round, I think they face the winner of Anaheim and San Jose, which San Jose's up 3-0. They could sweep out Anaheim tonight, which is pretty nice.
I just want to butt in real quick right here. Tony, you watch your mouth in that chat.
Yeah. Watch your mouth in that chat.
I'm tired of the Lightning fans. And by that I mean Tony. After game 2, you all were nowhere to be found.
No, exactly.
So, Ryan, this weekend at the racetrack, weather played a huge factor.
Yes, it did. Oh, AJ, real quickly, before we get into the racing this weekend, I want to set out the heartfelt condolences to Bruno Sammartino. He tragically passed away. And, 82 years old, man.
Yeah, a legend, for sure.
Yes, he was. That's definitely a legend in this business.
Hey, before we start going over the racing from this weekend, did you get a chance to listen to the Dale Jr. download this week with Kyle Busch, with them talking about the Richmond race from?
I have sadly yet to give that a listen to.
Well, you need to give that a listen. because earlier on my personal Twitter account, I was talking about it. There's only so much you can describe in 240 characters.
Yeah, exactly.
And I messaged you this when I heard it, when I first heard it through. It's a different Kyle Busch.
It seems like it.
Corporate Kyle, the crybaby Kyle, the second place finishing Kyle, the first place finishing Kyle. It is the person Kyle Busch.
Like a Joe Blow Kyle Busch, right? Is what you're saying, pretty much?
Exactly. And when the camera's not in his face, he becomes a totally different person. And I've got to say, not all of it, but most of the dislike I had for him, I have now replaced with respect for him.
That's good. I gotta definitely take a listen to it because there's some. There was a video. I think this was during Daytona Speed Weeks. Him and Samantha are doing something with the trailer or their motor coach that they got, and it's a beautiful motor coach. It fits a king size, queen size bed in this, and I'm like, must be nice to have money, but no, they're going through it and everything like that. They have a TV on each end of their dining room where they eat at, and I'm like, that's crazy to have TV on each end of the dining set. But no, it's pretty. Yeah, king size bed, man. That's crazy.
So, in listening to that, and I'm, being a former member of Junior Nation, and hating Kyle for many years, I mean, they go as far back as 2007 when Junior took over Kyle's ride when he wrecked out.
Oh, all right.
Of I think it was Texas they were talking about, and it started there, led up to Richmond, and I mean, it was crazy. It's just the stories that they were going through. I don't want to ruin it for anyone that wants to listen to it. It's a really good listen, and I think for most people it'll change a majority of their outlook on Kyle Busch.
Did you see the thing I sent you the other day about what happened after Victory Lane? He went to do it, with the checker flag. I don't know if anybody hasn't seen this yet, but he goes and he does the burnout and everything like that. But I guess the flagman spotted a young man in a Kyle Busch, decked out in Kyle Busch gear, everything like that. And the flagman's like, "Here, hand it to Kyle," because Kyle's going to take the flag. Handed it to Kyle. Kyle did the bow, everything like that. And as he was handing it back to this young man, I guess, or to the flagman, I guess a couple people ran off with the flag and all that. And Kyle got the attention of the NASCAR official to get this young man's information. I guess they're going to send him a bunch of stuff, a bunch of Kyle Busch merchandise, probably tickets to a race, VIP treatment in the pits and all that for maybe driver meeting, intros, everything like that, though. So, I mean, like I said, we don't have to like him on the racetrack, but what he's doing, from what you said with the podcast with Junior to now doing this for this young man, that's pretty cool right there. Thumbs up in my book.
They're trying to talk, Mike Davis and Junior were trying to talk Kyle into having his own Dirty Mo Radio podcast. And honestly, I'd love to see it. I'd love to hear it. Because you imagine getting like a pissed off Kyle on Sunday, bring him in on Monday and record. Oh,
I don't want to record. I don't want to record.
Hands down, best podcast around if you have that.
Especially if he keeps getting second place finishes now. So
yeah. Yep. So what do you say, Ryan? Let's get into some gas and go. We got a lot to cover this weekend.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
All right, so we had the NASCAR Xfinity Series at Bristol. Both series were in Bristol this weekend. And we had a new face in Victory Lane this weekend. Not a first-time winner, but a first-time winner this year. Ryan Preece is your winner and your Dash for Cash winner.
Yeah, what was it, $100,000 or was it $1 million or something like that?
I thought.
That's what I thought.
Yeah. I also missed a good portion of the race. I only saw the middle, probably the second stage, and it was only a few laps of it, so I had to rewatch it myself. from what I saw, it was your beating and banging Bristol. I mean, it was your Saturday night short track style racing.
Yeah, that's what Joey Logano was saying. They were interviewing him during one of the red flags on Sunday, and they were telling him, because for obvious reasons, I missed it. We do have it recorded. I have yet to go through it. I'd like to go through it at some point. We've just been a little busy right now. But Logano even said, man, this reminds us of the old Bristol, being on the bottom of the track, everybody fighting for the bottom until the P1 goes away. Then everybody, I guess, went to the top. But they were beating and banging from what Logano was saying during his interview piece.
The main surprise I had in it was early on, Christopher Bell. It seemed like he was going to have a bad, fast car all weekend. And he got out in an awkward crash later in the race. I don't know if you saw the video of it.
I've seen a little video of it. I know there's a couple bad wrecks in it, but I didn't see that one. No, I did not.
So basically, there's two cars exiting the corner, slow off the pace. It was like a big checkup deal. You know how you get coming out of the corners at Bristol, everyone's slowing down for whatever reason. And so there's a wreck going on there. Out of nowhere comes Christopher Bell sliding through the turn and completely gets his passenger side door smashed. Passenger. It's completely smashed by one of the cars he ran into. Yeah, it was a hard hit.
It sounds like it.
So, and on top of that, I thought Brandon Jones was going to have a chance to win that race. He led 106 laps, but he, unfortunately for him, finished sixth.
Damn. Yeah, they were telling that Jones was leading a lot of laps.
And I don't think he did. I was going to say I thought he won a stage, and I'm looking back through my notes. No, he didn't win the stage. Leading that many laps at a track like Bristol, you would expect to win.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. Especially dominating. Like Sunday, what happened to Ryan Blaney? He led, I think they said 99 laps, catching up to lap traffic. And it happens at Bristol. I remember a few years ago, I think it was Harvick or Kurt Busch. I can't remember. They were leading, minding their own business, in and out of lap traffic. Some guy spins in front of them. They can't do anything, and bam, right into the that was like multiple laps down. It happens. That's how fast they fly at Bristol. Being there in person in 2013, you obviously see it on TV, but being there in person, them laps, just like that, and they're done. Yeah, exactly. And you think, okay, you got 500 laps, man. This is going to take a while. It takes about 4 hours, but still, them laps fly by 14-second laps.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it more when we get in the Cup side of things, but Ryan Blaney fell victim to that right there.
Mm-hmm.
But continuing on, I know you didn't watch the race, so this might not have been something that you've seen or heard. In the the pre-race, and I hate that they do this at every track, and I'll explain why when I say it. I just wrote it down here because this is when I heard it. They were calling Bristol the racetrack that everyone wants to win at. I don't know. I think all of the tracks on the schedule is a track that everyone wants to win at.
That's true. I would hope they want to win at every track. I know there's some tracks that Kyle Busch hasn't won at, and he's like, I want to win at these tracks. I think Johnson's won at every single track. If I'm not mistaken, he may have one or two on that list. If I was a driver, I would want to win at every track.
It's one thing to say like Daytona, the race that everyone wants to win, or Homestead, if you're a champion track you want to win at. Indy. Yep. And Bristol is a legendary track.
Darlington.
But I just don't know why you would go out and say, well, this is the track that everyone wants to win at. So you're telling me that all the other tracks on the schedule nobody wants to win at?
The other tracks don't mean squat.
It's just a little pet peeve of mine that I had.
There's AJ's rant of the day.
Yeah, and Patrick just said everybody wants to win everywhere, regardless how they run. That's
I'm actually in the live chat. I don't know if you've seen me, but I put, hey guys.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's me. Yeah, see, I finally figured out how to do the live chat. Woohoo!
It only took 3 weeks, but we finally got you there.
Yeah, it took 3 weeks. Well, I talked to our good buddy Tony, and he does a wrestling show. Well, they do wrestling, football, other topics. I think they do some video game talks. And I'm like, Tony, how in the world do you do the live chat when you're live or you're live?
Yeah, for everyone wondering. And
Okay, go ahead, explain.
Putting it as best as I can, and I'm not trying to be insulting. Ryan is computer illiterate.
Yes, he is.
So teaching Ryan technology, you could be teaching like a 75-year-old technology.
You could teach a 2-year-old faster than you can teach me when it comes to technology. And Sarah's shaking her head, yes. Oh, nope, she's doing the double thumbs up. Oh, man. Oh, man.
So
Honey, thank you.
Get too off track. Another person besides Christopher Bell that had a bad day was Ty Majeski.
Yeah,
2 different incidents he was involved in, and Bristol's one of those tracks where your first time there, in an Xfinity car or a Cup car, you're gonna have a bad time. I feel like that South Park meme. You're gonna have a bad time.
You're gonna have a bad time, guys. Come on, now. Come on, guy. Hey, am I gonna be there? No side dishes here.
Another first one was Kaz Gralla being out early. I mean, 5 laps into it.
Oh, wow.
He got into an accident early. And go ahead.
That's early, though. That seemed like they were wrecking all weekend, though, in the Xfinity Series. And I think even in the Cup race, the majority of it, you had to think 13 cautions, Sunday, Monday.
So, what I'm going to do here, Ryan, is I'm going to go through the stage winners, the top 5 are notables, and our standings. And then I want to get into what was realistically the overshadowing story of the Xfinity race come Sunday.
All right.
So your stage winners, first stage was Christopher Bell, second stage was Ryan Preece, who was also your eventual race winner. Your top 5 were Ryan Preece, Justin Allgaier, Daniel Hemrick, Elliott Sadler, Spencer Gallagher. And your noble finishers, 9th and 10th, Ross Chastain, Ryan Truex. 11th, Alex Labby. 14th, Shane
nice.
And 22nd, Josh Williams. Your standings, Elliott Sadler, Daniel Hemrick, Tyler Reddick, Justin Allgaier, Christopher Bell, Cole Custer, Ryan Truex, Spencer Gallagher, Brandon Jones, Ryan Reed, Matt Tipp, and Ross Chastain. And now I want to get into what was the big news of the weekend out of the Xfinity Series.
All right.
So Daniel Hemrick was in the dash for cash. Well, in post-race inspection, he failed mechanical measurements. With that fine, his eligibility for the dash for cash was taken away for next week. And Brandon Jones at Richmond. And then Brandon Jones was awarded that spot. And here comes what we were talking about last week when, NASCAR officials should keep their mouths shut and not say anything. NASCAR officials came out on Sunday morning announcing they had made a mistake. And Hemrick's penalty has been overturned, and he's reinstated in the dash for cash. Brandon Jones is now out.
Wow.
You want to keep your mouth shut. Just let it ride.
Wait till Tuesday when you do all the penalties anyway and be like, okay, we made a mistake. And then to do it on Sunday, unbelievable.
Let it ride.
Oh, hell yeah. Speaking of let it ride, let's go.
If you think you made a mistake, don't come out publicly and say you made a mistake because it just looks bad on you. I get, you want people to admit their mistakes and whatnot. But how, in a 24-hour span, not even, does it go from his mechanical measurements not being within the tolerance to them being within the tolerance?
I have to agree with you. I think they should, keep their mouth shut on. Should have kept their mouth shut on that one for sure.
We literally just talked about this last week. How certain situations they need to just zip it.
Yep, keep their mouth shut. Wait till the days they do the penalties.
You almost become a politician at that point. You just got to know when to keep your mouth shut because it's just going to get you in a world of trouble because now everyone's talking about this story.
Oh, hell yeah, they are.
How you can go from saying he's, out of the dash for cash next week and now he's back in it because they made a mistake. No. Just Shut it.
I don't know if you can see, but we have a guest on the Loose Lugs podcast tonight. We have Thor. Hi, Thor. See, there's the puppy. Oh, there you go. Get out of here. But no, like you said, I think they, like we said last week, wait before you're like, oh yeah, this guy's gonna fine, and then like you said, less than 24 hours, probably maybe 12 hours. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, it was Sunday morning. I mean, I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, early Sunday morning.
Anymore after the drivers' meeting, this came out. So your next race, and I made a mistake with you earlier, is Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern on FS1. I forgot that this race changed back to Saturday nights again.
Yes, it did.
Still Sunday afternoon, so I'd originally written down Xfinity Saturday, and then I was looking for the time and saw that they were racing Friday at 7. I was like, what the hell is this?
Yep. They're supposed to be having good weather too, from what I've from the forecast. A good buddy of mine, Ryan, he's heading down to Richmond. First time going down to Richmond. I hope he has a good time down there. But he looked at the forecast and said it's going to be nice. He said he's camping out there in a tent. So hopefully the weather cooperates.
Yeah, we have had some bad weather, for use of a cleaner word. We have had some bad weather this year. I don't remember a season yet. Maybe it was 2012 where we started off with bad weather right out of the gate with Daytona, and it was just all year long.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's not the fact that it's been raining; it's the fact that these temperatures. What was it? It was like 40 degrees on Monday when they restarted the race. Texas was cold the week prior to that. Martinsville with the snow.
Yeah, it's been such a weird weather season. It's like that's been the story of the year. It's just been the weather delays that we've had, and it's just strange for this time of year. Like I saw on a street sign earlier that I sent you a picture of. Mother Nature doesn't know it's spring because the Leafs are still playing hockey.
Oh, man. The Leafs are still playing hockey. Ouch.
So Patrick was just saying in the chat in the YouTube thing.
Yep.
Richmond the last couple of years for the spring race, flip-flops from day to night. Crazy.
And the next thing you know, I remember, what was it, a couple of years ago, it was supposed to be the night race, and then it went, because it rains that Saturday night, and by the time they had the track dry, it had been like 11:30, quarter to midnight. They're like, let's just run it, and they raced it Sunday afternoon, and it was when Edwards put the bumper to Kyle Busch and won the race.
I do remember that.
Yeah, it was a great finish. That was a great race, even though it was two Toyotas, which not really a fan of either of those drivers, but that was a hell of a race to watch. I mean, if I was in the stands, I'd have been cheering.
Pretty sure the first year that they held this race during the day, didn't Junior spin Kyle?
Or something like that.
2009. I just remember Richmond being there in the day and Junior getting his payback. They actually talked about that on that show.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, moving on, we got the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series. Once again, they were at Bristol this weekend. And like I called it, Kyle Busch goes back-to-back. I told you, when he gets that first one, it seems every year, he just keeps knocking them off. 3 out of 4, usually.
That they do. I tell you what, man. Like I said, you called it. I mean, watching it Sunday, the opening laps, he was falling back, and I'm like, all right, I like this. Falling back, nothing, and yep. It proved me wrong again.
It truly was the Kyle and Kyle show for the first time in 2018, and I had no problem with the move that Kyle made at the end. I know a lot of people, Facebook and Twitter, were kind of annoyed with the way Kyle took the lead. Kyle Busch, that is.
The bump.
But it's the
bump
same
and run
move that Kyle Larson put on him 100 laps earlier.
Exactly. I tell you what, if Larson would have caught up to me, he'd have done the same thing.
Yep,
bump and run.
That is short track style racing, and I have to say, with all the rain that they had and all that VHT was wiped away.
Yep.
And it made for a better race. We need to stop doctoring these tracks to try to get better racing and just let it play out the way it is. None of this grip crap to put on the bottom of the track. None of this tire dragging stuff through the corners. Let them race on the track surface the way it is.
If they're sliding all over the place, sliding all over the place. The only reason why I think they want they put this PH1 or P1 or whatever the hell they call it. It's so many different names right now. It's pretty damn funny. Why? I think what they do, so they want old Bristol back, running on the bottom. You can't go high, running on the bottom. And the one groove racetrack. That's what people loved about Bristol. Going there, hey, guess what? The guy's in my way. Guess what? I'm going to put the bumper to you and get you out of the way. And now you got multiple groove track at Bristol. I think that's why people are like this stuff. I have to agree with you. What you say? Let them go out there and race on the track itself.
Yeah, because the thing is, this is the closest we've had to old school Bristol, like we've been hearing about for the past 10, 12 years. This is the first time we've had that in a while.
Yeah, everybody was fighting for the bottom. Yeah, granted, if you're on the restart, the leader, it seemed to me, was always taking the high line.
And that's just it. You got better racing out of it, too.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on Monday, after it just had rained, so all the rubber's off the track. And you had a great race.
That was a wonderful race. When we got home from work, because we saw a little bit of it on Sunday, we ran to the store because it kept raining, and then they're like, "Oh, the drivers are back in their cars. Hey, get back home." As soon as we get back home, the main rain happened, and then that's when they called it. I'm like, "Yep, they called it Monday." And then we get home for the final 65, 70 laps. Listen to it on the radio on the way home, and that was some damn good racing, man. I can't wait for the night race at Bristol.
So we have our good old boy
David
here saying it was not a great race. Thanks, Dub. Thanks for coming out to the live show tonight. So let's just go in a timeline, basically. Sunday, we started the race. It was moved up to 1 o'clock. Couldn't start it at 1. I think it started, green flag dropped like 2:20, 2:30.
I thought it was earlier than that it started.
All I remember is when 1:30 hit and they were just doing driver intros. So.
Oh, okay.
And then the green flag drops, we get only a handful of laps in, and then we had some big names involved early. Namely, the 9 of Chase Elliott, 78 of Martin Truex Jr. Truex went on to not finish the race. He actually pulled his car into the garage on Monday towards the end.
Oh, all right.
The 9 finished 20-something laps down. Then the rain came. No chance of getting it in Sunday, so they move it to Monday. And we had 3 separate rain delays on Monday. With a potential 4th looming. I don't know how they got the rest of it in once Kyle took the lead from Bubba. Everybody on the radio was like, "Guys, the rain's coming in." They were doing on the radio broadcast, because that's when we got in the car, and we got in the car when Bubba took the lead, and they had the crowd. The crowd was going nuts when that 43 car took the lead. I was going nuts.
I wish I would have seen it. I would have been going nuts too, but because at Bristol, you got a mountain full of trees and everything like that, and the guys on the radio are like, if you can't see that, you know the weather's coming, because it's right behind the backstretch there. It's pretty cool looking. My brother got a picture of it on his Facebook page. It's pretty cool looking. But they couldn't see that, so everybody's like, "Okay, guys, the weather's coming in. And they finally finished the final 65 laps. And I was surprised they got all 500 in.
Hey, credit to moving it to Monday. I think that call should have been made earlier, but...
I think so, too.
Because if you make it earlier, you're going to get a better turnout, which I thought, on Sunday, it was a poor turnout. Monday, honestly, looked like a more full crowd compared to Sunday. I think a lot of people thought that race wasn't going to get in, so they, no sense in going.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
they had a deal. They closed all Bristol area schools, I guess, and if you're K through 12, you got into the track for free on Monday of the race.
Well, the way this is going this year, NASCAR is going to lose money on that deal.
Oh, of course they are.
We're bound to have another 10 races delayed this year because of rain.
Oh, yeah.
So, the big story...
Thank you, Dub.
The big story...
I don't know if you've seen what Dub...
Yeah, he said he came to support the show, so thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, Dub.
Yep, thank you, Dub.
So, the big story that wasn't between the front runners, I thought was Jimmy Johnson running as well as he did.
How about Hendrick in general?
Hendrick
minus Chase
ran well. If it weren't for one accident, I thought Byron finishing 18th wasn't terrible.
No, first time in a Cup car at Bristol. Bowman top. What did he finish? 7th, 8th, somewhere around there.
Bowman finished.
I know it was top. Yeah, and then Johnson 3rd.
Johnson.
Tell you what, that's and that's something that this Hendrick team needed. Going to another track that Hendrick normally runs good at is Richmond, and they're turning it around. It took them a little while, but they're finally turning it around.
Yeah, like I said last week, I think I brought it up. Jimmy's crew needs to worry. Now you can breathe a little bit, but you really get that monkey off the back when you get that first win. And I think, Mr. H himself felt really good this weekend seeing all of his cars, for the most part, run well. Yeah,
I mean, you didn't know how good the Chase Elliott car was because he got, like you said, was taken out early in the event on Sunday and never recovered. And I'm not going to remind you who picked him to win.
For Reckon early on in the race, only finished, I think it was 23 laps down. They were repairing the car for 20 of those laps. So to only finish 3 laps down with a wrecked race car at Bristol, that was a fast car, and I thought the car itself looked great with that Baja Blast.
I love the Baja. I still like the Mountain Dew car he ran at for the Clash.
Yeah, that one was cool looking too. It was almost the same car, just with a different color on it.
Yep.
So, of people that had a great day, the best story had to have been Bubba getting the lead some laps, actually going up and taking the lead instead of leading it under caution or something.
Yeah, he drove by. From what they said on the radio, he drove right by them. I'm like, I tell you what, I think Childress is like, hey, we're going to help this kid out. The popularity of Bubba, especially the iconic 43 again. Imagine if that car gets into victory lane. Like when Blaney won last year with the Wood Brothers at Pocono.
I'll tell you, whatever track that is, it's going to go nuts.
I'd like to see it be June 10th.
It's got to be that Petty Blue back at victory lane. What if it was
at Daytona. I see how you did. Or it could be August, too, so.
So Bubba had a great race. He finished, I think it was 15th, was his final finishing position. Or 16th. Sorry, 16th. I have it wrote down here. And I don't think that finish did justice for how great of a race he ran.
No, the tires went off on hit. They had tire issues all weekend. And I know Kozlowski had tire issues. Yeah, oh yeah. And his tires went away and then just dropped back. Nothing he could do on that. But yeah, awesome to see the 43 up there. I think it's due. His time is soon to get that W.
He finished, was it 8th last week? 6th?
Yeah, 8th last week. I'd say 8th. Yep.
Came in to Bristol, led laps. I think the days of seeing the 43, 25th or beyond are over.
I think they are too.
That is a car that is going to contend for a win. I think his first win, though, still comes on a fuel mileage gamble. I really do.
Oh, yeah. All right, AJ, I got a question for you.
What's that?
Who wins first? Bubba or Chase?
I'd say Chase just because I'm a fan.
Okay. I just thought I'd ask. I had to throw it out there for you.
I tell you what, though, if these Hendrick cars start getting fast again, watch for all 4 of them to pop off some wins and good finishes here in the coming weeks. So
Byron ran good until I don't know how he got a lap down. Like I said, we're working and watching it. And go ahead.
I was going to say, among drivers who had bad days, the worst day definitely goes out to Ryan Blaney.
Oh, man.
The lead. This was back on Sunday before we got rained out for Sunday. Just taking the high side, going to pass lap cars, and a wreck in front of you try to avoid that then becomes unavoidable.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it, though. It's like I was saying earlier, though, how fast they click off lap. Guy spinning in front of you, you have no reaction whatsoever to try to stop. get around them. And that's the beauty part about short track racing. Why everybody loves short track racing. Yeah, it sucks it happened to Blaney because he was in the lead like that, but it happens anywhere.
Without a doubt, Blaney had the best car on Sunday. I don't think
hell yeah, he did.
denying that at all.
Larson had the second best.
And then Larson, I thought Monday had the best car.
Oh yeah.
And then, late laps, it just faded away for him, and Kyle took the lead. And that's a tough driver to take the lead from in closing laps.
Yes, it is.
Another bad day for Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, he won both stages, 1 and 2. I know he won the stage on Sunday.
He won 1 and 2, but in the final stage, problems for the 2.
Yeah, something. I know he hit the wall and tire. Like I said, tire issues all weekend.
Yeah, he said I think it was the left front. It was either the left or the right front went out on that car and sent him right up in the wall. It actually set up the final restart, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, and where everybody got the extra set of tires by NASCAR.
Yeah, they made a comment on it on TV. It looks like a bunch of ants. Just, go ahead.
Well, the thing is, I guess from where the tires or the tire compound or where they store the tires at, it's not inside the infield there. They have to go underneath the tunnel, underneath the racetrack, and I guess there's a huge ass hill they were saying on. Michael Waltrip was saying that Monday on Race Hub because he didn't go back. I guess he flew out to go to North Carolina for Race Hub on Monday. And he's like, yeah, them guys, there's a huge hill they had to go up and all that. I bet you they earned their paycheck that day.
There had to have been a ton of people, from different crews just waiting at a tunnel, waiting to finally hear, okay, take them. And there had to have been a line. And I'm saying not just when that caution flew. I'm going to say they were there for a long time before that.
Oh, I think they were too.
So, we had another pit gun issue this weekend.
Shocking.
Denny Hamlin this time. And for once this season, I can say what Denny Hamlin says I agree with.
I am agreeing with Denny Hamlin, too, about the pit gun issue.
His quote, it's going to cost somebody a race or a championship by the end of the year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, he also said, and I quote, in other sports, they get new equipment to help them out. Why is it in our sport we get new equipment that basically says screws us over? Is what he said about the pit guns.
Yeah, because it was operating, I think it was 1,200 RPMs. When they were measuring the guns, his first 2 pit stops. And then after that, it was like 800. Like, that's all he was getting out of it. And
that's something else. That's crazy. I think it was Patrick that said this, if I'm not mistaken, about maybe the weather has something to do with it. It was 40 there on Monday.
I thought that might have been Adam who said that.
Oh, somebody like that said it. I know it was one of the listeners that said it. I'm beginning to agree. I think it has something to do with the weather with these guns.
So, sidetracked for a minute, Tony just sent me a picture of us on his 50-inch TV.
Nice. How's the reflection off my light, Tony?
Well, you mean off the head?
Yeah, that's right. The light off the head. That's right. Yeah, boy.
So your stage winners, Brad Keselowski, and then your eventual race winner, Kyle Busch. Your top 5, Kyle Busch, Kyle Larson, Jimmy Johnson, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. with a solid run this weekend, a much-needed 4th-place finish. And rounding out the top 5, Alex Bowman. Your notable finishers, 12th, David Reagan, great run. 16th, Bubba Wallace, like we talked about. And 20th, Landon Castle, the best finish Starcom has had with their 00 machine.
They tweeted about that, too. They're like, it may not be a win, but it's the best finish we've had.
Hey, it's 20 positions better than what they were finishing average.
Yeah, exactly.
Your standings following Bristol: Kyle Busch, Joey Logano, Kevin Harvick, Clinton Boyer, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Kyle Larson, Kurt Busch, Eric Almirola, Eric Jones, Alex Bowman, Austin Dillon, Ryan Newman, and Paul Menard, rounding out your top 16. Now, Ryan, I know we're not halfway through the season yet. I mean, we're not even close to halfway yet.
No, not even close.
But are there any surprises that you see in there?
Jimmy. Not being in the top 6. Wait, didn't he jump? No, I think he was just outside it still. But the 48 team, actually Hendrick as a whole.
Except for Bowman.
Still.
I think Bowman's the biggest shock of being in there.
Uh-huh.
You know, Boyer being fifth.
Hey, that win at Martinsville. The win at the win at Martinsville.
You know,
what a win!
Guys up here, Paul Menard in the 21. Paul Menard hasn't been in a close to a standing in top 16 in a while. You know,
it's been a while,
and it's great to see. Yeah, and it's great to see it with the Wood brothers. You know.
Yeah, maybe he'll get the 100th win for the Wood brothers. Blaney almost got it a couple times last year.
Yeah, he got the win at Pocono.
Mm-hmm. When he fought off Harvick.
Yeah. So your next race is Saturday, not Sunday, like I would have thought. I would have been sadly mistaken when I turned my TV on. 6:30.
Wait, why is there no race?
On Fox. Yeah, I messed that
First
up
night.
a little bit.
Yeah. First night race 2 of the year, by the way.
Yes, it is.
I mean, they could have run Bristol at night, but...
It would have been like 2 in the morning.
It could have been.
Although I think it was still raining then. Ryan, we got some big news that came out of the Ford camp this weekend. Let's get into some
That we did. Hi, Rob.
Left side. Pull this lever fender out, left side.
So Ford is switching from the Fusion to the Mustang in 2019, and this was a much-needed change for Ford to keep up with the new changes to the Chevys and the Toyotas. Although, speed-wise, Ford hasn't fallen off any.
No, why would... I was just thinking to myself a couple weeks ago when Boyer won at Martinsville, why would Ford want to change right now anyway? I mean, yeah, granted, yeah, they got to get with the times, everything like that. Everybody's changing. I see why they're doing it. But why would you want to right now? What, Harvick's got 3 wins. Boyer's won. Who else in the Ford camp has won? I think there's another Ford winner. No, there's not. No, Harvick's 3, Boyer the 1, which is 4.
Yeah.
Why would you want to switch?
All out of SHR too, nonetheless. And I mean, you're coming up
exactly.
weekend like Richmond, where Joey Logano always runs well here. You know,
Harvick runs good here.
Harvick runs good here. Does Keselowski have a win at Richmond yet? I don't think he does.
I don't know if he does or not. I'm not entirely sure on that, but I think he may.
But like I was telling you, I think it's a good thing to have the Mustang come in, because now you have something to keep up with the Camaro and the Camry.
Yep.
And now it's just...
I'm excited to see it.
It's kind of like back to where we were years ago when the Xfinity Series was running the same manufactured cars as the Cup Series. Now they can just tweak the Xfinity cars a little bit to kind of mimic the Cup car. You could have that same style of racing again that we had then, where we had guys on Sunday racing on Saturday to learn what's going on with the car, how the car's going to react to the track, and all that. Although I don't like seeing Cup guys in Xfinity.
I don't either. I think we both have.
You know, I just think it's a solid move by Ford as a whole.
I do too. I do too. I'm excited to see when it comes out in 2019. Hopefully, they give us a demonstration like when the Camaro. Actually, you know what's funny? When they debuted the Camaro, it was here in Detroit, downtown at the Renaissance Center. And Jimmy Johnson's in the car, and he's got a live microphone on, they wired a microphone up to him. And he's like, it's a little hard for me to get out of the seat. I think it was intended for Larson. And the crowd's laugh and everything like that. Jimmy Johnson was in Detroit. He did a marathon bike ride through downtown Detroit and everything like that. And plus the reveal of the Camaro. Hopefully they do something along those lines. That'd be pretty cool to see.
Yeah, they kind of gave like a little bit of a picture Ford and NASCAR did, and I mean, it's just shadowed out. You can't really.
Oh, is it?
But
all right.
You can't really see it well. It's just the front end nose with the Mustang on it.
Of course.
But all in all,
it's going to be interesting.
my question about it all, when Ford switches, is it going to be the same kind of struggle that Chevy was having, or has had so far this year?
I think that happens a lot when you see these guys make the switch. Like when, what was it? Toyota ran a new Camaro or Camry last year. They had struggles with it, and they finally found something that clicked for it. I mean, it happens. I think it's going to happen with Ford when they make the switch over to this Mustang.
Or they just go out and win Daytona like nothing ever happened.
Oh yeah, go out and win Daytona. Yeah, everything's fine now.
You know,
yep.
That's what Toyota did when they debuted their Camry back in 2016.
Yep.
It's what Chevy did this year with the Camaro. You know, new body styles breed Daytona 500 wins, apparently.
That it does.
We had Timothy Peters, this made news this week, to make his Cup debut at Talladega.
Really?
That's an interesting one. More news on that later.
Yeah, who's he going to be driving for?
That's why I said more news later, because I did not write the name down. I failed to do that. I did not prepare well on that one.
Well, I'm glad he's getting a chance.
You know, I'm kind of surprised because guys like Daniel Hemrick, for these bigger race teams, get a much bigger promotion about them getting their first Cup rides. And then this Timothy Peters one kind of flies under the radar. You don't think
of course.
But Timothy Peters,
this is the first time.
This is
first I've heard of it.
He won Daytona in the Truck Series, you know? He could race plate track.
A chance to ride in a Cup car. I mean, I know he has here or there, but...
Yeah, I mean, I think Crafton, though, is more happy being in the Truck Series. It's almost like what Johnny Sauter's doing.
Yeah, Sauter's winning races down in the Truck Series. I mean, why would he want to come up, you know?
Exactly.
Fighting for a championship every year. One of the best crews in the Truck Series.
Exactly.
I know I wouldn't want to go up.
Ryan, more sponsorship news this week. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., all of his sponsors renewed through 2021, and by all, I mean his primaries of Fastenal, Fifth Third, and Sunny D.
I want some Sunny tonight. The Osmo episode. I would like some Sunny tonight. Oh, that was a great episode.
I didn't write this down in our news. This happened last week after we had recorded, I believe, Wednesday this happened last week, so 1 week ago today. The penalties came out for Texas. Chase Elliott had the same penalty as Kevin Harvick did for that rear window bracket.
Mm-hmm.
Being that this is his second offense like this of the year, Alan Gustafson suspended 2 weeks.
So Bristol and now Richmond.
Yeah.
Nothing like a short track to be an interim crew chief on.
Yeah. It's really two good races to get your feet wet. But I think they were saying, was it last year he filled in for someone from Hendrick? Was it Junior he filled in for? When Ives got suspended for a week or 2 weeks?
Oh, all right. Remember that happening, though. Ives gets suspended.
Yeah. And news-wise, that's all I have.
Stenhouse had a loose wheel, I guess, post-race
on
Monday.
Not a major fine or anything for that one.
No, just a loose wheel is what I heard.
Loose Lugs Podcast, he's branding it. I like that.
Yes. Thank you.
Now we just need some money from that, being that you...
we need Kyle Busch to do something like that, too, again. Whether it be in the Truck Series, the Xfinity Series, come on, Kyle, you got to help us out.
So, being that there is no more news this week, Ryan, let's get into some social media.
All right.
We are up to 429 downloads on Podbean, iTunes, and Stitcher, 167 followers on Twitter, 58 likes on Facebook, 16 subscribers on YouTube. Some new followers this week include David at Dave81061, Ryan at Ryan_Goodrum, Jeff at LeaseJR. We have Andrew at Fiat Racer 28, host of the MOATF podcast, My Opinion and Therefore Fact. Our podcast shoutouts this week, as always, the Lap Traffic Podcast, the PTM Racing Podcast, the My Opinion and Therefore Fact Podcast, the All Turns and No Brakes Podcast, the Bump and Run Podcast, Right Sides Only Radio, the Motor Mouse Podcast, the Incredicast, NASCAR Opinion, and the Final Lap Weekly. Some places you can find us: Podbean, iTunes, YouTube, Stitcher, the Loose Lugs Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to us on here. You'll catch us live every week. Generally on a Tuesday, unless the race gets rained out like it did this weekend. On Twitter, we are at Lugs Podcast, Facebook, the Loose Lugs Podcast, and our personals, myself, Grey Goose F-150, and Ryan.
Real quickly, you said Monday or Tuesdays we're recording. What about if the Bruins are on?
Ooh.
See?
Yeah.
Then we may not be recording Tuesday.
All right, so playoff hockey's a little different story, but this is generally what our schedule is.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, by the way, our Rancola 88. I just had to throw that out there for you, AJ.
Yeah, thanks, buddy.
What about if the Bruins are playing on Tuesday?
Well, we're going to hope that the schedule stays the same, and they have not played on a Tuesday yet, so it's been fortunate.
On a Tuesday.
So now,
Burn tonight's case on Tuesday.
Now, Ryan, it's where you get to go to work.
Okay, cool.
Time for Ryan's
All right.
rant.
That's right. It's quite simple. Watching that race at Bristol, I absolutely love short track racing. There needs to be more short tracks. Too many of these mile-and-a-half cookie cutters. I know we've talked about this. I've ranted about it quite a bit. I was on and on and on. But please, more short tracks. Do Martinsville, Bristol, Richmond, New Hampshire back to back to back. Maybe even throw Phoenix in there. That would be awesome. I mean, I know everybody out there. We didn't like the winter. That was some great racing. I mean, like I said, it's just. I know they're trying to with that P1, the old Bristol. I love the old Bristol. I miss the old Bristol when Senior tabbed Terry Labonte, spun him out. One of the only times I heard Senior ever get booed was that. And then just great racing at these short tracks, man. More short tracks.
Is that your rant for the week?
Yeah, a little bit. Nothing too serious. I mean, I could rant about. Hey, there's nothing really to rant about playoff hockey. I mean, it's been great. I mean, I'm enjoying that.
This officiating has been awful.
That happens in all sports.
Saying it because the other night with the Bruins. I mean, Columbus had it happen to them a couple times. Games 1 and 2.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Lightning had it happen to them last game. They played against the Devils. It's just all around. It's been poor.
It has.
So I'm going to go on a little rant here when we get into white guys, Ryan.
Yeah, let's hear it, AJ.
All right.
AJ's rant brought to you by Bruins Playoff Hockey.
Let's get into the white flag, and then I'll discuss my rant that's kind of not a rant at all.
Okay.
Tight, keep working the mirrors. In line with you, coming to the white. Only two.
So, white flag this week. I'm listening to the Dale Jr. download, and this is the first time I've listened to it at all this year. Since when did they start a white flag segment of their own? This is BS.
Really?
Yeah, they do a white flag segment where they talk about what Junior's doing in the upcoming week, and I'm like, hey, they steal that from us?
Hey. they may have. Hey, we do have a couple people out there that are part of the sport now, AJ. So that subscribe, that listen. So who knows?
I feel like we've been gypped on that. So white flag is where we discuss our predictions for the next race this upcoming weekend in Richmond. Ryan, since you went first on the Xfinity last week, I'm going to go first this week on the Xfinity.
Okay.
I'm taking Daniel Hemrick.
Okay. I'm going Christopher Bell.
You're pulling my card on that one, aren't you?
Might as well.
And on the Cup side, Ryan, who are you taking and who is your sleeper?
All right, my pick this weekend is going to be Joey Logano.
You bastard.
Yep. My dark horse is Alex Bowman.
All right, well, now that I got to pick a new winner, let me start with my sleeper. My sleeper of the week is Ryan Newman.
Okay, good choice. He runs good there.
And I'll pick my race winner as Kyle Larson.
Okay.
I'll take the 42 this weekend.
Should be a good race this weekend.
Yeah, it should. Richmond's always exciting, and now to see it, in the spring under the lights again, where I think it belongs.
Oh, of course.
First Saturday night race of the year. It's going to be awesome. Short track style. It's going to be great. I think it's going to be
Oh, how good. I can't wait to see it.
I'm hoping for some Chevy dominance.
I'll be watching, going back and forth between that and some playoff hockey. No, yeah, some hockey.
Game 5 Saturday is going to be rough.
That time to get the 2 TVs up there, EJ.
Yeah, thank God I have Fox Sports Go on my phone. Thank God.
That's right. Or you can watch it on the tablet or anything like that as well.
All right. Ryan, we've reached that point in the show. Just real quick, thanks to everyone who came and checked out the show. Tony, Adam, Patrick, and Dub, thank you all for coming out and supporting us and having a conversation with us. We appreciate it. To those of you that tuned in tonight and haven't said anything in the chat session, that's all right. Thanks for checking us out. And Ryan?
Guys, like I said, I've had a great week. Brand new house. Been awesome. Guys, we will see you guys at the racetrack. Have a great week, everybody.
Saturday night short track style. It's how it's supposed to be. Everyone have a good race weekend.
Beating and banging. All right.
Yeah. Long run just behind you. Everything else comes so fast. Memories are all inside you, and you never make.
Tony, you're not going up.
I can feel that you're in. For the world that you got makes sense. You can feel what I mean now that you're here. Just know there's nothing to fear.